leveraging your full potential, in not saying and wishing and hoping, I wish I was given more to do more, but doing your best with what you have. Those are the people who master full potential. Sometimes our dreams don't come true, but to understand with the right attitude, hey, whatever's meant to be, I'm going to reach my full potential.
Once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over.
This storm will pass, and when it does, if you are still standing, you will be stronger for it. Don't quit. You are already hurting. Why stop now? You have already come this far. Why give in when it gets hard? Why? Don't say, why me? Say, try me.
Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can aid you, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you.
The war has begun, and it's between you and you. There ain't nobody else in your way.
I dare you to work on yourself for 6 months. I dare you to shut out the world. I dare you to shut out all the distractions. I dare you to give up everything that is keeping you from your dream. Get laser focused and obsessed on what you want. Be starving and hungry to get it. Be desperate to get it.
When you actually realize everything's your fault, it gets really good out here. Because when you think your boss's boss controls your shit, when you think somebody down the street in a building controls your shit, then you get real sad because you feel helpless. When you realize you control your shit, things fucking go.
When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
And I'm saying to you, all of us will hit the wall. Some will choose to go back. There's some small number who, when they hit that wall, they decide, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be over there. This kind of person refuses to be denied. This person doesn't care about the pain because this person knows something. There's no gain without pain. This person will come back anyhow, again and again and again.
You've got to be knocked down and then be willing to continue. You're going to be laughed at. You're going to be ridiculed. You're going to face self-doubt. You're going to be exhausted at times. You're going to face all sorts of challenges if you want to get to your Mount Everest. Everything that happens to you is for your growth. It's the times of suffering that make you great.
But once you realize that now, in a modern context, you can take control of the evolution of your own mind. You can leverage the fact that what humans are, what makes us great, isn't what got us here. It's our ability to adapt. It's our ability to look around at the environment that we live in now and saying, how can I shape myself to make sense in this world?
I must see my mind's eye, see myself confronting my fears, handling my fears. I'm more than able. You're strong enough, and your life is worth whatever you have to go through.
If you can find what is your passion, if you find what you love, you never get tired. Or if you do get tired, you're fueled by the energy of your work. And you know what you're supposed to do by how it feels. And so you know if you're doing the right thing, if it feels like it's right to you. And when you hit the thing that feels right, you know it's right because it gives you your juice. And you know it's right because you would do it for nothing. You would do it for nothing and find a way to be able just to do it in order to be able to continue. That's how you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Les Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on, the ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? You've invested a lot in your education, and people have invested in you. And let me tell you, the world needs your talents, man, does it ever. I just got back from Africa like 2 days ago, so if I'm rambling on, it's because I'm jet lagged. I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little gray hair. We need it from you, the young people. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures.
The ritual of daily learning. And I call this the 60-minute student. The 60-minute student. No matter how busy you are, no matter what's on your plate, you absolutely must, if you want to be legendary in your marketplace, you absolutely have to do this. Schedule 60 minutes a day for your learning. It could be listening to audiobooks. It could be the next day listening to a podcast. It might be reading quietly. It might be writing in a journal, because writing in a journal about what you're learning, what you learned from your day, what you're learning from your life, that is learning. But 60 minutes a day, I absolutely challenge you with great love and respect. Wire it into your day, because that ritual will allow you to know more about your field than anyone who's ever done your field in the history of the world. I mean, education is inoculation against disruption. And as you know more, you can achieve more. And we do live in a world where there's such a fascination with entertainment, you know, and everyone loves pretty pictures. And it's really easy to spend the best hour of your best days looking at what your friends are eating. And I'm suggesting to you, you think like a student. Because you're watching this mastery session because something deep within you wants you to be the master of your game. And here's the thing about every master. Every master thinks like a beginner. They're always learning. I mean, when I look at the masters, they're like, how did that person do that? I'm trying to deconstruct how that icon of the field does it. I'm always reading. I'm always going to conferences. I'm always having conversations with people I can learn from. So remember, the fourth ritual to predict your success is the ritual of daily learning. And don't just do this once a month, daily. Because as I said at the beginning, consistency is the mother of mastery.
Everything you try to do is already done. So when I figured that out, oh, what I'm putting out is what's coming back, let me get real clear about what it is I'm putting out. Real clear. So I read a book about 1989 called Seed of the Soul. And in that book, Gary Zukav talked about the laws of karma, of the laws of cause and effect, the third law of motion. And in that book, he talked about how intention, your intention is always one with the law. Meaning, before you even think about a thing, you have an intention for the thing. And that the intention is going to determine the outcome. That's why the same people can go to the same church service and somebody walk down the aisle just to be seen to put some money in the church, and somebody else who just goes and just has a little bit to offer. The intention with which you give, the intention with which you serve determines the outcome. So when I figured that out, I went, whoa, I changed everything I did on my show. I called in the producers and I said, from this day forward, I will no longer be speaking to the KKK. I will no longer be speaking to people who are fighting each other in a way that it is damaging to the character of myself and other people who watch. From this day forward, I am only going to do intentional television.
During a research experiment, a shark was placed into a large tank of water, and then some small fish were released into that tank. As you would expect, the shark quickly swam around the tank, watched the fish, and then ended up eating all of them. Then, a strong piece of fiberglass was inserted into the tank. This would create a division between where the shark started and where the smaller fish started. Again, the shark quickly attacked, but this time the shark went in straight into the fiberglass divider and bounced off. It tried this several times, again and again and again, until it became tired and weakened. Meanwhile, the fish on the other side of the divider carried on swimming peacefully. After about an hour, the shark finally gave up. This experiment was repeated several dozen times over the next few weeks, where the shark became less aggressive every single time. It got to the point that the shark stopped trying to attack and eat the fish at all. The fiberglass was then removed out of the tank, and to their amazement, the shark still did not attack. The shark had been trained through habit that a fiberglass divider was there and that it would bounce off, and therefore didn't even consider it. At the same time, the small fish freely swam wherever they wanted. The moral of the story: many of us are experiencing setbacks and failures in everyday life. Eventually, we get emotionally drained, tired, unmotivated, and we stop trying. Like the shark in the story, we believe that because we've been unsuccessful in the past, that barrier still exists even for new ventures. In other words, we continue to see a barrier in our heads that separates us from our dreams, even though there is no real barrier between where we are and where we want to go. And remember this: the teacher has failed more times than the student has even tried.